Hi guys, welcome back to Title Sports Network. I'm Kaz Crossley, joined with Molly Meatball McCann. How are you, Moles?
All right, wake up day, isn't it? So I'm surprisingly smiling still.
Yeah, you look amazing. How is that going? Wake cut, good?
Yeah, I woke up this morning with 4 pounds to go. So in the grand scheme of things, that's a piece of piss, isn't it?
Wow.
I mean, it's still not fun. It's still, we cut the water, cut the food and all of that. But yeah, I can't complain. My first UFC fight, I had to cut £12 the night before at the weight above.
This is the picture that's been coming back around.
We was filming on Embedded, Kaz, on Sunday, our last session. And I went, oh my God, Patrick, look what someone sent me. He's only put it on
the Embedded. Yeah. No,
listen, and now like it's on the Daily Mail and everyone. It's like, I was like, oh, amazing.
You know what is good? It's just the before and after as well. And like, think about how much you've actually come through, like from that person. And I didn't know that you worked in Subway. That's why you call Meatball. But you was working in Subway basically and then went straight to the UFC.
Yeah. I was literally in Subway and at uni and the boys, and I used to work in a nightclub, obviously. And
who hasn't?
And the boys on the door, they used to fight in the gym. And they was just like, fucking come and get down the gym. And then that was
How old were you then?
23. 2 months before I was 24.
So you got into fighting quite like later.
In,
Same as Bilal Mohammed. I was speaking to him. He started at 23 as well.
Ngannou was something crazy like that as well.
Ngannou was 27,
Even Anthony Joshua, and I would be talking about boxing, but he was older, wasn't he?
Yeah, that just shows like it's never too late, isn't it? Yeah.
Never too late.
So you're doing the weight cut, but are you looking forward to your cheat meal after the fight? I know not as much as Paddy.
But I mean, I normally prefer an ale, so I've got like pimp gin. My pimp gin is ready with a mixer.
Yeah.
He has to cut a bit more than me. Do you know what I mean? I think now I don't have to cut as much. Well, I suppose I cut more than what I used to, but we do it over a longer period of time. I just can't wait for like chocolate. Karamak, I'm not sure if you've heard that.
Karamak, is that the red and yellow one?
Yeah, so they went discontinued and they came back on Tuesday.
Stop!
Yeah,
no way!
Yeah.
Oh, I might get myself a Karamak.
Me and you on the Karamak on Sunday.
7 a.m.
Yeah.
Karamak and ale.
Yeah.
What is your favourite like cheat meal? Oh no.
A carbonara.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my own little Italian restaurant, haven't I? So I just go in
So
there.
is it pasta as well as the sandwiches? I was going to ask you about that.
So we've got about 6 different butties, then some on the focaccia bread. That's all homemade, everything. So I go in, I'm like smelling the bread when I'm not allowed to. Did you see me on Embedded?
Yeah.
Sniffing
but
the
that's
bread.
what it smells so good though, isn't it?
And then we have loads of pastas and then loads of sides.
And your favourite dish on the menu? So like anyone that wants to go and what's it called as well?
Polpetta. Which means meatball in Italian. Polpette is the male one, so that's like the male.
Polpetta.
But polpetta is the female. So and we're doing a kids menu next week for the holidays, and that's called polpetina, which means mini meatballs. Little meatballs, polpetinas.
Oh my God, that's so cute. No, it actually looks so good on Embedded.
Well,
he's feeding all the scousers, isn't it? And then they probably look so hungry.
What was I going to say? Are you in on Friday? Joel, my business partner's bringing some down. So
really?
Have a little look on the menu today and text
Can I get
me
some?
Yeah,
thank you so much, babe.
It's all right.
So you looked amazing in your last win. I would say you silenced a few haters, basically. You basically proved what they thought you couldn't do. You got the submission in the first round. How does that moment like rank within your career and even your life?
I mean, I feel as if fulfillment, it was like top tier up there, but didn't feel like a knockout.
Didn't feel like a knockout? But you wanted to get the knockout?
When you knock someone out, it's like the biggest high, better than any drug that you can ever take. But But the submission was just like the
silence.
I mean, I could have finished it with the elbows, but I thought, shut these up, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it felt good because I showed everyone every facet of MMA. I say I elbowed, I kicked, I took down, I done ground and pound, I done jiu-jitsu, I done orthodox and southpaw.
And you still wasn't satisfied? Of course.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you wanted the knockout?
Yeah, well, I suppose I wanted the submission, but nothing feels like a knockout.
Really? Do you feel like you're quite hard on yourself, though?
Yeah, too much.
So.
I think You have to be. And I think when you are, you'll know what we get online, it always makes you think, I've got to be better than that. So you over-critique and then you're never truly satisfied. And sometimes it's a detriment because, say, I only spar men, really. And then if I'm not like I'm never going to be putting my training partners away because they're that good. But if I'm not getting decent shots off, I'm like, oh. And Paul and Ellis are like, you're 115 and now you're not 125 fat meatball. Like, you're not going to get what you could have got away with before. So just take it on the chin.
Do you think, like, of course, I feel like I can really relate to you. Like, I'm hard on myself as well. But when you get the hate online and you have other people maybe telling you what you already think about yourself when you're not in a good place, like, that's what makes it like 10 times harder, isn't it? Like,
yeah. I think sometimes what I've had to realise is, like, if you're not good with yourself and they touch a nerve, it's like, oh, mate.
It kicks you harder.
Yeah. So I've done, from last November, a lot of therapy, a lot of trauma stuff. And now you could call me whatever you want and it's going to go over my head. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't. I think Jay Shetty said something like, the thing I had to let go is people understanding my truth. No one could walk a day in my shoes of what I've been through growing up, how my career's been, like how my life's gone. So why do I expect people who don't like me anyway because of I'm a woman, I'm a Scouser, I'm this, that, or the other, they're never even going
to understand who you are.
So why am I wasting my energy? And this is why you're sat with me the day I'm cutting weight and I'm smiling, because I'm not panicking about what anyone's got to say, because me and you, the worst has happened to us and it's out there. So it's like, well, what else is going to happen? Yeah. If another loss comes, it comes. It comes.
But you know who you are. Do you know what I mean? And when you know who you are, you can hold your head up high and anyone get in, like, it won't touch you, kind of thing.
Exactly right, yeah.
You said in the press conference yesterday that you've been getting less hate, actually, since the last win. So do you think, what's that come from?
I think the BBC reality show with me and Patrick. I think when people really seen us, and like I said in that interview, the media have a good job at trying to save me and Pad fight together. Whatever we do gets blown out the water. Him more so than myself. But people just think, oh, look at them, just annoying, blah, 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 blah. And then when you watch us properly and you see what we do in the community, what we do for our family, our friends.
That you're just normal people as well. Yeah.
And it's like, you've took 2 kids from like estates, dropped them into the middle of a fishbowl, and you're just watching them trying to navigate through life. So it's like, have a bit of grace on us, have a bit of mercy on us, and just like fucking chill out. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm living my dream here. I was never supposed to do all of this stuff, and because I'm enjoying it, getting a bit drunk and getting merry, or eating what I want to eat and getting a bit fat, you're coming for me and for him. And it's just like, whoa.
I like the fact that it was like to a wider audience as well. So you could really, like, people that might not watch MMA, they can still like follow your story and understand what's going on.
Especially like the weight cut and the fight camps and the pressure. I think so much in my story, not storyline, but where it was when we were filming was 2 losses back to back. The weight of the world's on my shoulders. I'm losing the fucking plot. I had to lose 28 pounds in 12 weeks. For the biggest fight in my life, and if that was over, I was retiring. Do you know what I mean? And it was like, right, come on this journey with me and see how much it means, because I just don't think people realised how much we do, because we make it look, I wouldn't say easy, but we make it look a lot easier than some people.
Yeah, you spoke openly about like you was gonna quit and all of this. Like, I wanted to know, like, even after just two, like, a lot of people have had losses after losses, like Tai Tuivasa, Tony Ferguson, but why did 2 losses affect you so much that you actually wanted to quit something that you love doing so much?
I think because I got finished twice in the first round.
It's the finish.
And it was literally after the fight, the lads at Bangtao reached out, and me and JOANNA went out there. And every day I trained in that gym, anyone who asked for a round, I'd give them a round. And it just brought me out of myself. And I was just like, I'm going to do this again. I'm not giving up. Like, I can't go around saying I'm Molly Meatball, I'm this, that, and the other, and then give up a bit of adversity. But the level of hate that came...
The hate, like,
you will know, sometimes it's a bit overwhelming. And it's like
no one will know that feeling as well, because it's just you that's going through, and it's so much worse. Like now you come out the other end, you can look back and like, but everything.
What's it like
together.
when you've got to walk out at the house and people are staring at you and judging you and talking about you, but not to you, over in the corner over there, and haven't got the bollocks to come over and go, I think you was a bit of a shithead doing that.
Yeah.
Or, hey, that performance. Like,
and they might not even be doing that, but in your head they could be doing it as well. Like, and it's...
Well, they were definitely doing it to me. I'd be like that. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh.
Look with you.
Yeah, babe, look, you look amazing. Oh, I'm so proud of you. I saw your Nina interview, and one thing I could relate to you again, I'm a proper crier as well, babe. I cry at everything. Do you cry at movies and stuff too?
Yeah, like anytime I have like a big bit of emotion, I'm just not afraid to be vulnerable.
I'm so emotional. Someone said to me yesterday, said that you're very emotive, aren't you? Because like, I just, anything, like I can't hide it.
No, but I think there's something special about like not being scared to be happy, be angry, be sad. Just be honest and be authentic in front of people.
Be honest, exactly.
That was a funny... I thought she comes for people, so I'm going to come for you. And I just slated
You had it. Oh, like she was proper funny as well, though. She was laughing, so she thought you was funny too. You know, I cried the last thing I watched was, do you know Disney Pixar movies? So you know Inside Out? Have you seen the first one? Okay, you need to see the first one, and then the second one's out in the cinema, babe. Like when you've been through something and you're watching that, babe. I was in.
Is that the one all about the emotions?
The emotions, but she goes through puberty on the second one, and she gets anxiety.
Oh really?
Babe, like the whole cinema was full of kids,
and everyone in bits.
Me and my friends, we were crying our eyes out. No, you have to definitely watch it. So you know that I do Combat Collective, which is my women only. Community, combat sports community. So of course I'm a big women empowerment advocate. I feel like you're a massive face for women in MMA, especially in the UK. You and JOANNA JEDRZEJCZYK are the only girls on the cards. So out of 15 fights, there's 2 of you representing.
Yeah, I think the other, well, there's not many other Brits, to be fair. We've got a Welsh and a Scottish, and it's a special privilege to be asked to be put on a pay-per-view card, but especially in England is great, and it's nice to be in the north and not just in the south. But I've always tried to empower any woman in any space. It doesn't matter if it's a artist in music, if it's a fucking makeup artist for your face, or if it's an athlete. I think we all need to stick together and break the culture of bitching about each other. I'm just not into it. Mate, just have it out, leave it there, let's crack on.
What it is that like society has conditioned us to think that we have to do that because there's not space for all of us together. But actually, if we come together, we're so much stronger. And you touched on it before the camera came on, that as a woman, you do feel like you have to work harder in the sport. Can you elaborate on that one?
At the beginning, I definitely did, because when I was boxing, girls weren't allowed in gyms. It was like a Thai boxing gym I was allowed into, or karate.
No boxing?
But I weren't allowed in boxing gyms growing up.
No way.
Until I was. Do you know what I mean? But I just think the space we have to... This isn't naturally a woman's space. If we go back at the beginning of time, a woman would be a nurturer of the children, a nurturer, protect the men, and then the men will go and do what we can't. And I still think there's places for you to have a feminine and a masculine energy, and not emasculate a man, but a man also not like emasculate the woman.
Exactly.
And just knowing when's the right balance for each person to pop in. Do you know what I mean? But and when the older generation is still at the top, you have to know when to speak and to know when to hold your tongue.
Really. And
you have to know when to outwork the men in the room.
You know,
it would also, if we're talking about equality though, it would be like a man in a woman's space, a predominantly woman's space, maybe like maybe in makeup, or maybe in something that would just be a bit more of a feminine energy. A man would probably have to work harder because they'd have to prove themselves in them spaces also.
Maybe. You've basically had to come up alongside Paddy as well, like your best mates. Him being a man, do you ever feel the difference? Has there been any situations where it has like occurred to you, well, this is just because I'm a woman? I know you don't seem like the poor me kind of type anyway, like you just get it done, but...
maybe in how people would approach me and him.
Really? Why's that?
I had to be, when I'm little and a woman, say if we go out, people just pick me up and like, and like I'm drunk and they're like, you coming with us? But
oh
but with Paddy, because he's a man, he'd stand back. I know
wild.
you wasn't expecting that, but that's kind of how it goes.
No, I get it though, but it's like, that's not okay. Do you know what I mean? Why do they think that they can come into your space? Like, but I get like, because you're the type of girl that would just laugh it off and everything as well. But if you do get deeper, it is different. Of course it is.
And I think maybe in situations, say if me and him will approach other people in business, they probably wouldn't speak the same to him as they would to me. I might get like condescending, maybe talked down to in certain situations, but this mouth definitely like.
Do you know what I mean?
Like, yeah. But then it's hard to not be there. Oh, she's a fucking gay. Look, she's just moaning again.
Well, there you go.
If a man would say, it's like, oh, he's being a bit stern, let's listen.
Do you know what I mean? Like, even me coming into this space, like, this is my first ever media for UFC, and yesterday in the press conference, I was like the only girl in the room there. I think there was one other girl, and it's just like, we just have to be ourselves anyway. We can't be intimidated by it.
No, and it's not taking it personal because
definitely not.
Like men who've been conditioned and women who've been conditioned to a hierarchy of women and men and women. They're not doing it on purpose. It's just what they've learned. So it's like, right, let's educate each other. My coaches and my fight team respect. I am on that exact same level with them. I have been since I walked in that gym.
We understand that it's a male-dominated industry, sport, everything, but that's why we're going to be, well, I'm talking about me like I'm a fighter, but me presenting, you fighting, would just be the best representation we can be, because I know that there's like a lot of young girls that, I forgot her name now. Jazzy Tyson. She loves you. I interviewed her. She's literally like looks up to you, and it's like there's so many young girls that are looking up to you, Moles. And do you have any advice for the younger women fighters?
Yeah, I'll look down the camera.
Go and look down the camera.
One. No growth comes from comfort zones, and going, if you're gonna go to a gym and do MMA or do anything, don't expect another girl to come with you and hold your hands, because if you're only going to the gym because your mate's going with you, the day they don't go, you're not going to go. When you step into an MMA gym and into a jiu-jitsu gym or any kind of combat space, it's a safe space. If you turn up, the hardest thing is getting to the mat. The rest is fun. I know that sounds mad. Your life changes when combat sport comes into your life. Or you can take that into anything, wherever your life takes you. But you just have to get there. And you just have to push through the uncomfortable part. And once you do, you grow as a person. You can answer different questions that life throws at you. And life becomes a lot easier and you become more in control.
I love that. It's definitely going on my Combat Collective Instagram. Another young fighter that you've been doing sparring with. She gave you a shiner.
She cut me.
Whoa, she cut you?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
How many times was you training with her? Was it just like one time?
3 times this camp. So we'll always get up. Well, they like to come up to Liverpool and spar because it's just out the way. It's different. It's it's just fun up north. Do you know what I mean? But I think when I was going, I cornered her for when she won the 4 Nations, and we've had a BBC documentary out on us from like 6 years ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I suppose not that we've come up together, but like we at the I'm the present and she's the future. Do you know what I mean? So I'm the one that's in at the now. I'll be done in another year or 2. Well, 2 or 3 years.
How old are you?
34.
Okay.
I just want kids. Do you know what I mean? So I've got to get that. Me run for the belt is now one. It's never cause. But she'll be coming through, and it's mad. Like when you talk about there's people who look up to me. It's like I done the spinning elbow and I done this, that, and other, and then that next fight, she's like, I'm going to try it. And then boom, she does it, do you know what I mean? It's like, and then when we train with each other, she's got that dog in her and so have I. And it's like, she'll destroy me legs with kicks and then I'll let me hands go. And it's like in them moments we're looking at each other, it's like, who's stepping back here? Because I'm fucking not. And she's like, well, I'm not. And we can't train with each other too much because the body takes beat. Like the beginning of camp, the middle of camp, and the last hard spar is when we'll use each other, because in between, the body wouldn't survive. Like like she'll kick me and maybe break her toe, and I'll punch it and fucking hurt my hand, and it's but you need them to get you ready.
Yeah. So you think she's definitely the future?
Yeah. When she's ready, Dakota will probably win the PFL
Europe.
If she wants prestige, then she'll come to the UFC. If she wants money, she'll stay where she is.
Okay.
And whichever she chooses to do, that's fair game for her. Chanel has always wanted, just from the conversations I've had, she wants this belt.
Amazing.
So we'll be seeing her.
Dakota won last year, the European champion. How do you think a fight would go between those two? I know Chanel was calling her out.
Well, they're managed by the same people, so they'll have to fight each other if Chanel wins the European.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if she goes into the $1 million one, then they'll fight each other. I think Dakota's had a wonderful track record against their opponents. And
she's undefeated.
Yeah. It's going to be great to see her fight Jenna Bishop and Talia Santos. That was all I was asked about. I'm friends with Jenna. I can't stand Talia. But I like credit where it's fucking Talia beat me, that's why. Well, credit where it's due. She's a great fighter.
Is Dakota fighting Jenna for the next?
Yeah. But it was a bit mad because I'm sure she was supposed to fight someone else, and then I got mixed up.
Okay.
And I was just like, I wanted to see that fight, but I'll take this fight. Jenna's a friend of mine too.
Okay.
So it'll be striker versus grappler, and this is, I think, this is the big one.
Yeah. No, it's just amazing to see. Yeah, the UK representation as well.
100%. Every
women,
level.
MMA, every level, every organisation. So just staying on the women empowerment theme, we're going to do a blind ranking. Have you done that before?
So I've got 5 people.
And I'm going to say it in order, and then you can say where they're going to go. Okay, so the first one is Amanda Nunes.
1. A 1's number like the best.
Yeah.
And 5, like not the 5's
just
the
in
best
order.
of the worst. Yeah.
Yep. Kayla Harrison.
4.
Chris Cyborg.
2. Oh shit. No, it's gonna be 2. I know if Ronda's in there though.
Ronda Rousey.
I'll have to say 3.
Okay.
But she's my reason for being. So.
Well, it's blind ranking. You can help that. She'll understand.
But Amanda beat them all by knockout.
Exactly.
Or finish. Like Cyborg's done all the belts.
Yeah.
And Ronda made the division and defended it well.
Yeah.
So
Joanna, young JOANNA, that 4 then.
Yeah, I'm putting Kayla at 5.
Oh no,
No, Kayla's going 5.
She's like, no, I'm my game.
Yeah. That was like a Mount Rushmore of women's fighting. That
was fucking cool, isn't it, babe? You'll be up there, don't worry.
Yeah.
Someone like Jazzy will be talking about you. Do you know what I mean? In 10 years' time, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
Paddy's got his custom shorts. What would you pick if you had to have custom shorts? Are you asked? Would you want some?
Well, my favourite colour is green, so I represent Ireland when I fight in
really?
green. Oh,
you want to get Everton?
Listen, I'd say my family colours, the camera won't see it, but you can. Like, that's my crest. And that colour there.
You're going to show it?
See that colour there, blue and yellow, is my family's tartan.
That's the colour of Leeds United. That's my dad's favourite
with Leeds United.
You know, my dad's...
It's always between Everton and Liverpool who's getting... Everton and Leeds who's getting relegated.
Oh, no. Babe, I've been through it.
Yeah.
See, when I was younger, Leeds had won. I knew that I could ask him for something. If Leeds lost, I'd stay away. He got married again and his... flowers were blue and yellow at the wedding. Yeah, babe.
When I won the world title in Cage Warriors, I had Scramble make me blue shorts with a yellow trim, and that's what colour they'd be. But I think I'd want something special incorporated into mine, so I'd probably have like Celtic, like knots. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like
I think everyone should have their own shorts.
Glasses of Guinness. A little harp, the Guinness harp.
And a sandwich.
Yeah, a little meatball there. A little gin glass, olive in there.
I think every fighter should have their own custom shorts, babe.
I absolutely
They might as well.
So what I'd like to fight for a women's BMF belt.
That would be...
I'd have, like, Angela Hill's my mate.
That'd be so cool.
I reckon me and her would have a good go.
I think Joanna spoke about if they did bring it, then she'd come back.
Joanna, you've just messaged me and you know you're
Joanna's
my queen.
amazing. Oh my God, I love her as well.
If you want to kick my head in, I will come and fight you for the BMF belt.
And I'll do an interview and you can face off each other. She's amazing. I met her in Miami and she was just such a lovely person. And it just makes like, when you meet your heroes and they're that much nice and that you fought and you're just like, wow.
Do you know that spin and elbow night?
Yeah.
I was cutting weight. It was like this. Just finished cutting weight and I walked down and she was drunk. I was walking down the hallway and she just jumped on me and I was like, oh, my hero. And then she's like, get a picture with me, blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
And then she came over for the next fight in July and I went, when I win, I said, you best have the fucking bevies waiting. So I've knocked Hannah Goldie out again.
Yeah.
Come out and here and Michael Chandler had Howler head and shot and we just fucking
Oh my God, what a story.
I know, but then I fucked it because the post-fight press conference I couldn't even speak.
Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's a good story to back it up though.
Yeah,
wow. Okay, so last question. What is Bruno Brazil gonna learn from going into the octagon with Molly McCann after Saturday?
A big mistake.
A big mistake.
I think she's got. What I'd like her to learn is how to overcome another loss.
What would you like to learn
From it? No,
what from you?
From me, yeah.
That's a good one.
No, I'd like us both to leave everything we've got in there, gain mutual respect for one another, and both of us express ourselves to our fullest and may the best woman win.
Perfect.
I was only being funny bastard.
But it's true though. Yeah. So thank you so much for taking your time on Wake Up Day, especially. Love you so much. You're amazing. Thanks, guys.